Hey guys, welcome back to
Real love scenario, dashing through the snow.
In a one-horse open sleigh,
Over the hills we go.
dancing all the way.
Hey y'all,
Hey,
welcome back.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. I got a song in my heart today.
You got a song. It's a lot
Yes,
of
happy
songs.
whatever you celebrate,
Yes.
and a happy day, even if you don't celebrate anything. Just hope you're happy.
Yeah, hope you're happy.
That's it.
You have a
That's it.
favorite Christmas song version? Because I feel like
Of
it's
course.
the same Christmas
It's
songs,
literally, I just said this in my family. It's a good solid 30 Christmas songs with 89 million versions of them. My favorite, you can probably guess.
but is it Mariah?
No, I love that song.
Let it snow.
No. Damn, 2 for 2, Dre.
Let it snow.
Silent Night by
Silent
the
Boys? Oh,
Temptations.
Tim.
Second to that is Silent Night by Boyz II Men.
I was about to say
Yes.
Silent Night with Boys.
So clearly Silent Night is my
Silent
favorite
Night.
Christmas song, but sung by the Temptations first.
The Temptations one's a little bit more like,
In my mind. It's
upbeat.
real churchy.
Yeah, it's a little
I
bit.
want you to be free. Man. It give you a little church on it.
The
Yeah,
Temptations one I remember is
Mary,
Rudolph. Rudolph the
red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. Yes. It's
Good
not
one.
Christmas to me until the Temptations sing.
Got you.
In my mind. It ain't Christmas until I hear that. So yes, but I'm very Black Santa. I'm very
Got you.
Black Santa vibes.
Love it. Love
yes.
it. Love it.
What's yours?
It has to be Boys to Men. Let Us Know.
Let
I
us
like it.
know. Yeah, that's a great new Christmas song.
Yeah.
Like a new song.
Yeah, it's a new, like, it's not like the originals
Yes.
of like
Yes.
Jingle Bells and all that
That
stuff.
song, it just feels like we supposed to be in this big, beautiful mansion
Yeah,
with
it
all of
feel
our
like
trees, and it's snowing outside, and we got on our matching sweater. Yes. Uh-huh. And with the sitting in front of the fireplace with my sexy man. It's smelling like pies and cakes in here.
And then Wanye doing all his runs. Let it snow. Let it snow.
Let it snow.
Come over. I ain't going to sing the whole song right now. And let me
Listen.
dream the
Boys
Boys and Men fire, dog.
Fire.
Oh, I love Boys
Somebody
and Men.
said that they're working on like a film or a documentary, and they were like, I don't want to see that. And I'm like, speak for your goddamn self, because I want to see it.
Man, what?
I do.
I love a lot of Boys and Men songs. Like, I ain't
Come
gonna go down
on.
a thing.
What's your favorite one? All right, real quick. What's your favorite one?
Ah, man, that's hard.
I know mine.
On bended knee.
Really good one.
Like,
Really good one.
it's when, I don't know if it's, I think it's one, yeah. That bridge.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wanna swallow my brain.
Yeah, bag, baby. Sing it.
Stop pointing fingers. The blame is on me.
is on
I want a new life, and I want it with you.
Come
And the
on.
feeling the same. Don't
Don't
ever
ever let it go. Woo, that boy was singing for his life.
Right, but what?
Nothing will ever top that era of music. I am so sorry. If the man ain't crying, I don't want it. I don't want it. My
On
favorite
bended
is
knees.
Water Runs Dry.
And we don't even talk anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was one of
Yeah.
few ones, not few, but Sean was
Yeah.
kind of lead on that one.
Yeah.
Nah, it was
that,
good.
Ooh,
Mm-mm.
don't do anything.
Water Run Dry is such a good one.
That
You know
just the snares, everything about that song,
Yeah.
I love. It's
They-
so beautiful.
Boys and Men is fire.
Shout out to
And you
them.
know-
Come on the show. Clearly, we're
Please.
big fans. We're big fans.
You know
we
what?
would love
One
to
thing I
talk to y'all.
love too about Boys and Men. Sorry, we get into a music thing. But this is a Christmas episode.
Yeah. They deserve.
But I remember one time I put on "Hey Lover" for somebody,
Mm.
and it's like them in the background doing the vocals, but it's LL Cool J. Like
yeah.
that's like it's rare that it's not a lot of rap songs that give like a straight R&B like just feel
but
to
he was
it.
so good at it. LL was very good at it.
It was Harlem at the Ruckers. I saw you with your man smiling, a Coach bag in your hand. It's like that joint is smooth, dog.
We just said last episode. One thing Dre and I gonna do.
Let's talk music.
We gonna touch and agree on some songs, y'all, and handle them lyric for lyric, bar for bar. He doing the lead, I'm doing the backgrounds.
Cool.
Sorry. That's
Let
not what y'all came here for.
Let us know your favorite Christmas song. Let us know your favorite.
Please drop down in the comments. Tell us your favorite Christmas song.
Please do.
Yes, we would love to hear that. We hope that you are somewhere with whoever you are with, whoever you call family, or even if you solo dolo. I know for me, I'm getting out of here, taking me a trip. I'm excited about it.
Awesome.
Thrilled about it. First time having a very low-key Christmas.
Love it.
In a place that's not very Christmassy.
Okay.
I can't wait. All right,
another question for you. This Christmas episode, we want y'all to leave yours in the comments
Spread
below.
some cheer. Thank you.
Favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, I just talked about this last night. It's a tie between Home Alone, the very first one.
Classic.
And my newer favorite is Best Man Holiday. Best Man Holiday. Yeah.
Both very solid choices.
Yes.
Both very solid choices.
I can watch Home Alone every time it comes on, every day. I could watch it back. It could go off, and I'd start that joint back over.
The change, you filthy animal.
Yes, I loved it.
Home Alone is a classic.
And I really don't like it was 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
I really don't. I'll watch them all.
How you leaving your kid?
Come on, this many times. He's the first one out the house. He's getting tired.
Where's Kevin?
The leash thing came out by 3. He need a little waist to waist. We together. Kevin cannot possibly be left home 3 times, y'all. Y'all don't like Kevin. So to me, going beyond the first one was just ridiculous. So it'll always be that one for me.
Yeah, Home Alone's a classic.
Yeah. What's your favorites? I feel like Home Alone is one of your favorites.
Yes, Home Alone. I mean, it's just a classic. It's kind of like when you ask somebody who's the best basketball player of all time, like you gotta say Michael Jordan, like because it's just like that's just the groundwork there, and then you could say other people, but I feel like Home Alone is the Christmas movie, like that's it.
No, it is.
But outside of that, I would have to go with Best Man Holiday is great, but I gotta go with one of the newer ones, and it's not new, but like Elf, dog. Will Ferrell. That's a funny movie to me.
I love him so much.
I watch Elf on Christmas.
I love him so much. I could watch probably any and everything that he's in.
There was an era where he was hitting with Talladega Nights and Step Brothers.
Everything,
and
right?
Everything was just hitting back to back to back. And I feel like Elf was part of that, and Elf is hilarious. So, yep.
Yeah, I love it. Tell us that too. Your song and your movie. Song and movie. We would love to hear it.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, on this Christmas holiday, let me read a Real Lover review. If you want to join the Real Lover gang, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do all the things to be a part of it. Make that your gift to us.
Yes.
We're giving you all this great content. Make sure this is your gift to us.
For Christmas is your review.
Ooh, I like that.
You like that?
Baby. Okay, so this one comes from Classy Me 7533. Kind of rhyme a little bit, and it was on our last video about should you wait for your partner to get their life together. Love this. It's such an important discussion, and I honestly wish someone had told me this earlier. I used to be afraid of jumping into the dating pool because I felt like I had to work harder and achieve more to be on the same level as my potential partner. I worried that they might be more ambitious than I was. I think a lot of pressure stems from social media, which makes us feel like we have to be highly successful and perfect, ticking off every box. But that's unrealistic. A quote that stuck with me ever since is we all experience time in our own timeline. You are timeless. Your journey is your journey. Love it.
That's so good. You're timeless. Your journey is your journey. Very nice.
We appreciate that. And I'm glad you took something away from that, because that was a real good episode.
It was a very good. We can't say that enough. We don't toot our own horns too much. We deserve that toot. We deserve that toot. All right. Well, listen, let's jump into our real love scenario this week. We hear from another young lady who says, should I remain friends with my ex? I'm 32 years old, and I had a significant relationship with my ex for nearly 2 years before we broke up when I was 22. He was the first boyfriend I ever truly considered marrying, and to be honest, he still is. Despite our strong connection, I ended the relationship due to a lack of alignment in our goals and my decision to move out of state. Over time, we managed to reconnect as friends, occasionally discussing the possibility of rekindling our romance if the circumstances allowed. However, we both entered other relationships. A couple years ago, when I was living about 2 hours away, we attempted to communicate again. During that time, he expressed that he couldn't offer me what I wanted, which was difficult to hear. At that point, he was living with his girlfriend, who was just his roommate at the time. Both her and my ex have children from previous relationships. I began to notice a strong bond between them, especially after they went on a trip together before officially becoming an item. Their closeness made me uncomfortable, leading me to express my concerns about maintaining our friendship. Despite my feelings, he believes we can still be friends, but I'm really not too sure, and I'd like your advice. Well, good news is we're going to give it to you. Thank you so much for writing in. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Still want to be friends. Still want to be
he
friends.
Says he's just a friend. Shout out to Biz Marquis and the hometown hero, Mario.
For sure. You seen that viral social media video recently?
Of?
The Michael Jackson choir. Why?
Oh my God. Why? Is that your immediate answer to this question?
Why?
First of all, that video is crazy. Shout out to them.
Yes.
But yeah, big facts. Why? You already know how I feel about this.
Yeah.
Because baby, we gonna get you wrapped up on this like a Christmas gift. Okay,
yes,
get you wrapped up nice and pretty
I'll
and tight.
gift to you
is to release you from these shackles. But let's break it down just a little bit, because the reality is this: many people have been and are really good friends with their exes. It just happens like that for some folks. I cannot truly say there's anything wrong with it, but I want most of us to know and understand that is the exception and it's not the rule. But when that is the exception, how do you think people are able to successfully do it? Like really be platonic friends? Or heck, do you even believe that exes can truly ever be just platonic friends?
Yes, they can, because there are no absolutes in life. I can definitely see it in a co-parenting situation, right?
Yes.
To where you have to continually be in contact with one another. Absent of that, it's very hard for me to understand how that happens if we're talking about a certain level of X, right? Because people use X for a lot of different things, but somebody you was truly involved with, building with, like it was something really serious. Like, do they mama know you? You know what I mean? Like those type of situations, I could see it extremely hard, because I would think that break up would be emotional, right? And they've been in such a romantic, intimate place in your life for such a long time that occupies a different space than friendship, to be honest. And I personally don't see how you could just easily look past that and still remain, friends as if none of that existed. And also date somebody who would be okay with that relationship knowing the history as well. I just don't see how. I know it works in some situations, and I don't even know. I know some people do it. I don't even know the full outcome of people's situation to know like if it is actually even successful over time.
You're right. Or is it just a season? Or just
successful? A season where it just kind of works. But I just don't see. I know I couldn't do it, and I just don't see how in the long term it works out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. It's the why, because why? It's not necessary. I don't want to have to jump through hoops to be your friend. In the sense of like, I don't want to have to Jedi mind trick myself into being your friend. Like, do not think about what this person looks like naked, even though don't think about that. Okay, this is your ex. Don't think. I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to like tell myself not to feel away once you start dating somebody, which is a real lived situation that comes out of this. Like, you're now dating and I got to be like, well, I'm the friend now. I got to just be the friend. Then I'm your ex. You're now dating someone now I have to also participate in this thing of making sure your person knows that I don't want you, that I promise, it's like my bro now. It's like, I don't want to have to do all of that. That's just too much work. That's too much work.
I'm also of a mindset that if my wife has a friend, male or female, I shouldn't in my mind have any concern with her being
With
in an
them.
environment with them
Just
absent
them.
of me.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So if there's any like hesitation or like thought or like feeling that like I wouldn't feel comfortable with that, then there's probably something up with that, especially if y'all slept together and known each other and been with each other and done things with each other. Like, I personally, and I think most people don't even want any reminder. Some people don't even want to go to a place that you went with them. with you and them. It's like, where'd y'all go on vacation?
I'm
Who'd you go with?
I'm that person.
Who you went to Aruba with? Nah, we ain't going there. I'll catch it some other time.
Don't take her to that restaurant I turned you on to. That was our spot. Don't let me find out you took her to the spot. I'll be pissed. I'm petty like that about some stuff.
And then things can get so misconstrued because even like if the person's a friend and like just like you said, they can all be in a group setting. Oh, what y'all do this weekend? Girl, we went to a Lily. It was so good. And then the friend who we used to date was like, oh, it is amazing. Now your mind straight going to
amazing had a lot on it.
Is this where you used to take her? Now your mind's starting to race on different things, and it's like, let's get rid of the mess,
please. Like, don't we want a peaceful life? Don't we want life to be peaceful?
But I never understood. Like, well, I could say that. That's why I say the level of relationship, because I know there are probably some people out there who were friends, then they attempted to date. Maybe it wasn't long lived. Maybe they slept together during that time, but then they go back to being friends.
Yeah.
I feel like that's fairly common because that's where you started. You tried something, didn't work, and you enjoyed the friendship. And I've seen people do that and do it successfully. But I think if you're like deeply, like you were actually in a legitimate relationship with somebody, I don't see why you would want to be friends with that person.
I don't either. I don't either. And you know, it's always such like a strong telltale sign as to why you shouldn't. In her writing to us, it jumped out at me, jumped straight off the phone. Like, this is the number one reason why you cannot be friends with your ex who is now in a new relationship. Because you said this was a person that you thought about marrying and still do. That's not your friend. That's your ex who you are friendly with. Like, you all are not acting on the romantic side of your relationship, but it is there. Like, see, Dre and I are real friends, regular friends. There is no romantic side that was ever explored. There is no romantic side that is even thought about exploring. We don't think like that because we're really friends. I'm not sitting up here like, he's such a good husband. Maybe one day, like yuck. I admire him being a husband to Bree, to his wife. I don't think about it for myself. You're sitting here writing in, thinking about this potential situation coming of this, maybe one day if the stars align. That's not your friend. And I'm really not saying that all the way to her, because you answered your own question at the end where you said, I tell him I have reservations about this and he still thinks that we can be friends, which I'm gonna get on him in one moment. But it just jumped out. Like, it's very obvious that you can't, you shouldn't. I'm not going to say you can't, but it is the exception, and it is not advisable that you try to maintain a friendship with someone you were romantically involved with.
And this is what you got to understand, right? I'm going to break this down to you. Let's go back. Kindergarten, elementary school days. Y'all remember that assignment and that task you used to do on like your little standardized testings during that time and things like that? And there was a line on one side and a line on another side. And you had to draw the line from the thing that matched to the other thing. You remember that?
Yes,
remember
I
that?
do. Yes.
And you matched A with A, B with B, C with C, D with D. Stop matching your A with you are the C to him. It should be A to A. You making Don't your forget. A what he see you as a C. Like, I don't think you understand how many people who are even married are still keeping their B's, C's, and D's around just in case things don't work out with the person that they married to. So there's no reason you writing in and telling us that you trying to make this man who's, what they say, spoken for.
Yes.
Your A.
Mm-hmm.
Peace out, dog.
Yeah, turn that A to the side or flip it up. It's got to go. Okay, got to go. That's exactly where I was about to go on him because, well, yeah, of course he wants to maintain a friendship with you. He's got you in the pocket, got you in the back pocket. He said when you all tried to date recently that he couldn't give you what you wanted, and he was living in an apartment or living wherever with a roommate who is now his girlfriend, which could have very well. He could have happened into that. You know what I'm saying? Like proximity. He's in a relationship by proxy because they were living together. Because if he couldn't give you what you wanted, let's just say he's being honest, then he probably wouldn't have been able to give any woman what she wanted at that time. Who I don't know what your wants were, but it sounds like just to be in a relationship that was cool and good. But now he's with her. So I think it's clear.
Who was his roommate?
Right. I think it's clear that to him that you love him. You've probably expressed to him that like he was your first love. Listen, a first love is super special. I understand. But he probably knows all of these things, right? He knows that you really love him or that you've thought about it. So naturally, it would be nice to put you on the shelf like the elf and kind of keep you sitting until he needs you, which could be when he breaks up with the roommate / girlfriend, or he's still with her and he just wants to have some fun with you. Either way, he's using you in a capacity that he deems appropriate, not necessarily in a committed situation. So I'm glad that you can see that this really isn't okay and you're acknowledging your feelings, that even being around his new girlfriend, it like doesn't make you feel comfortable. So again, like sometimes when we want you to write in, don't get me wrong, but one thing I want you to think about when you write in, read it back. Read it back to yourself. I promise you, I do this myself with so many things. Like, let me just write it all out. I literally said this to my therapist a couple weeks ago. He asked me a question. I said the stuff back to him and he was like, "Did you hear yourself?" And I was like, damn, that's crazy. Sometimes you really just have to sit with your own thoughts, say it out plain, and then you'll be like, wow, I actually have my answer. You know what I'm saying? I know what to do.
Yeah.
You know what to do in this situation. You know what to do. Again, we're here to help you, to confirm and validate for you that you are correct, that it's just not advisable. We have so many things in life that are going to be hoops to jump through, that we just like, we don't have no choice. We got to jump through them. Think about like trying to keep yourself in shape, how much mental fortitude that requires. And that's something that's really, really, really good for you. So it's worth it. It's worth you jumping through those hoops because the payoff is so good. But when you really think about this, jumping through all of these hoops, what is the payoff? A friend? To have a friend? No, come on. Like, you can get amazing, wonderful friends without having to do all of that. No. Or again, Jedi mind trick yourself or be put in an uncomfortable environment. No,
yeah,
it's just not worth it.
Been there before. I mean, like I said, it's just, hate to use the term of keeping you warm. That's essentially what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that it doesn't, always explain this to people, it doesn't even mean that the person is just a horrible person. It's just, it feels good to have somebody who likes you, who fawns over you, who desires you. And to have that around, like, it feels good. So it's like when he may feel like he needs a uptick or a bump, he might, hit you up, ask you how you doing, hanging out, because he knows that you're excited to hear from him, that you want to talk to him and all these different things. So it's just like, you have to really do it for yourself, because he'll be fine without your friendship or not. You just need to be able to move on for yourself so that you ain't blocking your own blessings, because you may have somebody who really could be great for you that's better than, like, let me say this. Sorry to cut myself off. I don't know why I apologize to myself about cutting myself off.
So nice to yourself.
So nice. But dog, We gotta stop acting like some of these people are rare, like the most special person in the world. Like,
Child.
oh my gosh, I am not gonna meet anybody else like this person. Like, dog, that man is spoken for. You can meet somebody else that's better and loves you better, loves you in a lot of different ways better than that person ever could.
That's
Like,
it.
that person is not rare. Like, I don't think we operate as if rare is normal. Like, rare is a word because it has a different meaning than normal. Like, rare is like something you can't, like the odds of it, you can't get nowhere
One in a
else. Like
million.
1 in a million. Like,
Yeah.
that's what rare means. This man that you off and on, I don't want to commit. Maybe I do want to commit. That's not a rare type of love. You don't got to sell all out and hope and cross your fingers and wait for him.
No.
There are people out there, men out there who will do much better for you. Mainly first to start off with because they just want you. That's the beginning part. That's right huge.
There. That's a huge part of it, you know.
It's a great start part there, and then all the other things can come with it. So yeah, don't trip over this dude. We understand how first loves are. We understand how it feels to not feel like you have true closure to a situation, but you also can't rely on that person to close the door. Sometimes you gotta close your own door, lock it, throw away the key.
That's it. Oh my God, sometimes you just gotta close your own damn door. Like, we just latch on and not always, I try not to use those absolute type of words, but sometimes we just really do latch on unnecessarily. We participate in our own downfall. We participate in our own misery. We will drag something on longer than it needs to, knowing that it's hurting us, knowing that even if it's not hurting us, what is the actual benefit? I am sure that this is something that is talked about a great deal in business philosophy. When you think about investing money into something, you sit and you try to figure out what your investment is based on what you're looking for, based on what you want to get from it, based on the return on said investment, often referred to in business as the ROI. Take that same business philosophy and apply it to relationships. How much should I be investing in this based on what I desire my return to be? What is realistic about the return? Because in business, there's a lot of things that play a part in that. Yes, I can invest a certain thing. What industry is this? How volatile is that industry? How does this product look on the market with the other people that are doing it? Okay. How much time do I also have to invest in it? I might have a lot of bread, but if it requires me to be in the factory, meeting with people, having production calls or whatever, I don't have time right now. So I can put the money in, but I can't put the time in. So my return might still be low. You take all of those exact same questions, and again, you apply it in relationships with people. You will often find that return is either nothing or very low. Therefore, it may not even be worth any investment. But if it is going to be worth any investment, it should be extremely low because the return is very low. It'll save you from a lot of headache and heartache if you just really think about yourself and what you want from this situation or the realistic return on the situation. In this dynamic, again, that's what I said earlier, like, a friend is what we're talking about. Friends are great. Friends are important. They're amazing. But is it worth all of this just to have a friend? My vote's no. And as a person who has lots of them, and I've been through a good chunk of things with different friends, the ones that mean the most to me, yes, we've experienced things together, but I tell you, a pillow, a hug, a cloud are words that I use to describe the ones that I love the most, the ones that do the most for me. The return is so high on those because, man, I've invested a good amount. I'm getting out an amazing amount. It's a mutually beneficial situation. It's great. It's great. Even in romance, when things were really great, we both were putting in work to get that return we were getting. It's easy. Take those business philosophies, put them inside of the situation. And if your investment is higher than that return, turn that A to peace sign.
There we go. Hey, peace up. That's what they say. You know,
town down.
No, that's so real. Like, I always tell people about that. It's like, is this person worth investing in? Because that's the thing, is nobody's perfect, but you have to decide, like, is this the heart of the person, what they've shown me already, worth the effort it's going to take to, and the work it's going to take to make this thing right. So that's such a great point. I think you need to adopt a rule of thumb, something that may help you, and it may help a lot of people out there, is that if your happiness in a situation is dictated by somebody else's choice to perform or do an action, you are not in the right situation and you need to leave.
Dependency.
Your happiness, you being happy, your relationship is all dependent on somebody else saying yes or no. You're not in the right situation. I ain't got to know no more than that. So right now you're in a situation, even asking to be his friend and your first love, it's like, in order for, it seems like where you are right now in your life is that in order for you to be happy in a relationship, you're waiting for him to say yes to you. If that is the situation that you're in, that's not the situation you need to be in, and you need to run from that situation, and you also need to evaluate within yourself why you feel that way so that you don't get in that situation again. Like, your happiness is generated and determined by you, and you shouldn't give anybody else that control to dictate what makes you happy and what doesn't.
I said we were just gonna wrap this up nice, like a pretty Christmas present.
Make sure we
like a pretty Christmas present. And I think, if I do say so myself, we did it. We're doing real good with it. I mean, in all seriousness, like I understand this because she's 32.
Yeah,
she's been friends with him or something for 10 years.
Yeah,
for 10 years. So you've been in this dynamic with this person for some time now. But I would put money on the fact that it hasn't actually truly been a friendship. Friend, and we talked about this on previous episodes, it's like a default word. It's a word that we use too casually. If a person isn't your wife, husband, mom, cousin, coworker, they all go into the friend bucket. And anything that doesn't fit in anything that's very official like that, you feel like that's a friend. No, there are other words to describe people. That's my ex who I'm cool with. That's my ex who I'm cool with, but that's not my friend. That's like a social media buddy, or like you said, a business acquaintance. Using adjectives ahead of something. That's your ex.
And don't let somebody coerce you or gaslight you into making a decision that you ultimately don't want to make. Because in this, you said that he believes we can still be friends. Like, he believes that. So it's like, you might have expressed that, it's not something that I want to do. But people can be very manipulative in trying to keep you around in a situation that may not make sense for you. They could also gaslight you in a situation and make you feel like you're the wrong one, or why you tripping? Like, what you mean? We can't be friends. We've been friends for 10 years for the most part. And even with all the intimate stuff, we always been friends through it all. Like, that's kind of weird that you don't want to be friends. Like, I guess if you're not mature enough to, like, be friends with somebody you suck with, I guess like, that's how, like, it can hit and gaslight you into really being like, maybe I'm tripping, maybe I should, something that in your mind, like, doesn't make sense. But you can let that person and your emotions for them and all that trick you into thinking that the thing that is not right is the right thing to do. So it's like, don't fall for that. Go with your own gut, because at the end of the day, he already has this commitment to somebody else. You know what you want out of that relationship or whatever, and if you can't get the thing that you want, which you probably don't want at this time anyway, because he don't necessarily want you, then I would say that you distance yourself, but also don't fall for the hook, and hook, line, and sinkers that come back, like a random, like, comment on the story you post, hey, I miss you so much, we gotta get up soon, like, those type of things that's just kind of like reel it back in, reel it back in. Like, you got to move on to where, this isn't even a question that you have to ask anymore, to where you feel comfortable. And even if you see the person, it's no feelings like that. You're like, I'm good, I'm ready for the next thing, and somebody who actually wants me. So just don't let somebody gaslight you into want to continue, because it sounds like he's the one that's telling you, like,
it can happen.
We can still be friends. Yeah.
Nobody. No, we can't. Thanks for Thanks for your time. Thank you for your services. But we gonna wrap this whole friendship thing up. But I do want to say to my friend, my actual friend, happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays to you.
I'm so
too.
grateful for you.
Thank you.
You definitely feel like a gift to me, and I'm incredibly grateful to all of you for all of your amazing support this year. It means so much to us. You ride the wave with us as we test out different things and try things and bring in guests, just kick it with Dre and I. So we appreciate all of our day one real lovers, but every single real lover, whether you've been here from day one or this is your day one, this episode. Yeah. So we appreciate you so much. And we hope that this year's been wonderful for you and that next year is going to be even more wonderful
for sure.
For you. We love that. So we hope you're feeling all the usual good feels that come with closing out one thing to start a new thing in a really, really cool way. We hope that for you. We really, really do.
I agree.
Yes. And if you want to write in, we gonna see you in 2025. So keep the stories coming. We love a good real love scenario. Click the contact button on the website when you go to relationshiprestore.com. We want to chat with you. Okay. Follow us on social media. I'm at Ronnie Kate.
That's Dre Smith.
And at Relationship Restore. Happy holidays and happy New Year.
Peace.